In international news,
Yes, it did come out good.
The United States and Iran are continuing peace talks and, quote, standing down after trading fire over the past.
Good, just not too much. I was making in some dumplings.
Not bad with some sunshine. It's going to be a really nice day today.
I'm waiting for the water to boil.
Temperatures in the mid-70s this morning, and we're up to about 75.
Yeah, sometimes you like some fried with the soy sauce,
that's a different story.
and then other times you like some boiled with just butter, salt, and pepper.
Wind of 89, you're 90 degrees in western Maine into the lakes region, and 85 Sanford, even Kittery in at 83 degrees. When we look at our 8-day forecast, the heat really turns up, not just for inland areas, but for everybody starting tomorrow, and really it gets into play on Wednesday. You see 3 back-to-back impact days because of an extreme heat watch that's in place there, and there is a chance anytime you have heat and humidity for a pop-up thunderstorm, but there's not any widespread rain for those 3 days. Now on the 4th of July, there will be a cold front, and that could bring in showers and thunderstorms, so that's why we have that 4th in a row impact weather day. Let's get into it a little bit more. For today, again, lots of sunshine across the area. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies in the morning, but a little bit more cloud cover by the afternoon. Now Tuesday night into overnight into Wednesday, looking at showers and maybe even some thunderstorms that could linger right into about 7 a.m. But you can see by the time we're really kind of into our day on Wednesday, there's no real rain. That's why you don't see the rain on the 8-day forecast. It's really overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday.
Yeah, ideally,
91 in
right?
Freiburg, 88 in Lewiston. We're starting to feel the humidity go up. The extreme heat watch for parts of the East Coast, but here in Maine, from the mid-coast areas, Lewiston to Augusta, to Oxford Hills, the Lakes region, York and Cumberland County, Seacoast, New Hampshire, high heat, high humidity combined will make it feel like 105 and possibly 110, which is dangerously hot. So highs Wednesday, 90 in Portland and in Wisconsin, 95 in Kittery and Sanford, 92 in Windham. And you're going to see that heat and humidity on Wednesday. When I look at the impacts here, you can see starts off the heat index in the mid-80s, but as we get toward the afternoon, look at this, the heat index about 2 p.m. is going to be about 107 in Kennebunk, 104. That's what it will feel like with that heat and humidity. Again, 96 on Thursday. Stray storm possibly on Friday in the mid-90s, and it stays muggy on Saturday. But any plans need to be watched on Saturday for the 4th because there will be a threat for showers and thunderstorms. For right now, it looks like the afternoon when the cold front passes. And then we'll see some relief for the humidity and the heat on Sunday. But you can see even at the coastline, potential heat wave, which is 90 degrees or higher for 3 consecutive days, looking possible.
In Scarborough, a woman was found dead in the water near Pleasant Hill driving range after she was reported missing earlier. 47-year-old Betty Riley of Westbrook was last seen walking along the water's edge at the range on Sunday afternoon when she disappeared. Dive teams responded to the scene and located Riley in about 9 feet of water. She was pronounced dead on scene. Police say they're coordinating with the medical examiner's office to determine her cause of death. Well, it's been nearly a year since the murder of 48-year-old Sunshine Stewart. Stewart went paddleboarding on Crawford Pond last July and never returned. Her body was found the next day on 100-acre island. Then 17-year-old Devin Young has been charged with her murder. Back in April, a judge ruling that Young is fit to stand trial. Today, Sonny's friends and family gathered in Augusta for a memorial, joining others who have lost loved ones to murder. Renata Schmidt leads us off.
How do you move on from this? Days before the anniversary of Sunshine Stewart's murder, her family and friends gathering in Augusta to honor her memory, along with others affected by homicide. The Maine chapter of Parents of Murdered Children unveiling 18 new names inscribed in the Maine Murder Victims Monument.
we really want people that have gone through similar experiences, horrific experiences that our families have, to know that there's people like us out there that understand the different kind of grief that homicide brings. Court dates, newspaper articles, it all brings that grief back freshly.
Other names at this rededication include Laverne Kelly, Ty Carter, and Robert Brusso.
Their families know that we're with them. We aren't going to forget their loved ones. We honor them, we remember them. They're inscribed in this stone, so anyone at any time can come and visit
Family members and friends laying flowers beneath the memorial. Sunflowers for Sunny.
She was the family tent pole. She held us all up. She was, you know, she was driven to achievement and honesty and making the world better.
Attendees using pencil and paper to carry their loved ones' names with them.
Just believe that there can be a better world.
The Parents of Murdered Children organizes the memorial and also hosts support groups and community events. You can find the main chapter on their website. For Maine's Total Coverage, I'm Renata Schmidt.
Today to enjoy the last day of the Oyster Festival. That's an annual event, and today, and that's the last day, but lucky for you, admission is free if you want to check it out. That's happening up in Freeport with all the oysters you could ever want. There's Jacob Murphy live at the Oyster Festival. Jacob, what are you getting up to now?
I got my gloves on, so it's time to do some shucking, Jamie. That's going to be the big appeal of the festival today, is coming to try these fresh, raw oysters. And I'm joined by Ben this morning, who I actually spoke to last year, who taught me how to shuck an oyster. And I'm not sure if I quite remember everything that goes into the shucking process. I might have just gotten a little refresher before you guys came to us. So let's do a little tutorial for people at home to show them what goes into shucking an oyster.
All right, well, you need to start with the oyster, so grab a lovely looking oyster here. At the back of the oyster there's a hinge, and there's a piece of cartilage that you need to break open. So you need to try to seat the tip of your knife by wiggling it in gently. You kind of want to get the oyster to do this and the knife to do this, and then you're ready to try to pry that hinge open. And you do that by applying a little bit of forward pressure and then sort of leaning back on the oyster. Sometimes you'll just break the shell. You did better than I did. Wow. I gotta try this again.
Teacher.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So there, once that hinge is open, you turn the knife to the side of the oyster and you kind of like wiggle it in, like so. And then there's an adductor muscle, so you have to slide the knife forward.
Well, we
to the
can't
front
teach them how to not
and
stab
sever
each
that
other,
adductor.
so let's teach them how to shuck oysters.
There you go. Yeah.
They don't watch this stuff anyways.
We'll put that top valve right there.
And the aware ones that do are just complaining to themselves in a
This
soundproof
is
box.
the adductor. You need to sort of scrape down on that again to free the oyster meat.
Oh.
Yeah. I think you got it. Yeah, we'll just make sure
It's
fully
good stuff to
released. There
learn
you go.
about, right?
Okay.
Showing
Now
hand
you're
in
ready to
hand.
enjoy an oyster. We have minions
Kind
that
of
are
combat,
served at the festival.
right? Hand in
A
hand
rosé
combat.
and a peppercorn. I love my oyster with a little bit of lemon, 1 or 2 drops.
Right, I mean, you fight with those oysters sometimes. You
And then we're
don't want to
ready
fight.
go.
Only got more than a few drops, but you know what? I've
You
heard
know,
it's a very
shucking
personal experience
oysters.
having an oyster,
It
so
sure is. It's a little
cheers.
sip of the sea.
Not something I would do. Not for me, no.
You know, you just described it as a sip of the sea, and that is exactly where it took me when I just had that oyster. It is like a little sip of the sea.
Sure is.
And I think I was reading, too, something about how Maine oysters, because they grow in colder waters, it takes them longer to grow, and so they kind of absorb the taste of the ocean. I don't know.
What
As
do
a
I
oyster
think?
farmer, what
I
are your
don't think
thoughts?
that's the
Yes,
best
I think,
way.
we grow these oysters in really
I mean, some
cold,
people
really
like
clean
to do it.
water,
It's like
and
sushi,
it
right?
yields a premium product.
Go for it.
The oysters actually go
Once in
through
a while,
hibernation
like taking a
in the
vaccine.
wintertime. When water temps are below 40,
Shot it every once in a- they
break
literally
off
just
and
took a
they form
shot.
in that annual ripening
Kind of the same
actually
concept,
yields a
not
little
too much. You
texture
eat too
and
much, you might get
firmness to the meat
sick.
that you won't find in a southern oyster where the water temps are warmer. So these are just magical creatures. They're truly a reflection of the place where they're grown. It's a very special experience
But
when you
if
open
you
an
eat
oyster
too
and
much,
get to taste
oh,
And so
oh,
if people come to
you
the oyster festival
will
today,
wake
what is your booth going to set up like to show us
me.
how to shuck? They're going to be actually able to try some of your oysters.
Yes, I think the magic of this festival is that 15 to 20 oyster farms from all over the coast of Maine will be right here in one location. So you can go on an oyster adventure, trying lots of different flavors from all over the coastline. There'll be tents like ours set up. We'll have full teams of farmers. I think the other really unique aspect of this experience is the farmer will be shucking the oyster.
You ever
So
have
they're
oyster
deeply
soup?
knowledgeable of their product. They can talk to you about how these are
With
sold
oyster
and
crackers?
how they taste, and yeah, and so it's a really unique experience, and you can really be adventurous with it.
Why do they call them oyster crackers?
Thanks for
It's a
showing
good
me the ropes once
question.
again. If you guys are interested in coming on down to the Maine Oyster Festival, it starts at 10 a.m. this morning. This is the last day of the festival, so you want to make it down today if you want to try your hand at some raw oysters. Live in Freeport, I'm Jacob Murphy for Maine's Total Coverage.
Jacob, I am so impressed. We knew you could do it, so you better sign yourself up for that shucking contest.
I should have had more confidence in myself. You did good.
Yeah, you did really good. Jacob, thank you so much. The time right now is the time.
Maine's rural hospitals are struggling, but Senator Susan Collins came to the rescue, delivering critical federal funding for upgraded facilities and life-saving diagnostic equipment. Susan Collins does her job, and our hospitals benefited. Call and thank her for delivering for Maine. Critical investments are strengthening Maine, thanks to Senator Susan Collins. The biggest investment in our rural hospitals in decades. New investments for working waterfronts,
Hence,
like the
the
breakwater
pie to the
resort.
face.
Investments to help homeless veterans find housing. Investments for
The video
youth
hit
to train
11:11
new
when I
doctors
said
and
that.
nurses. Thousands of investments thanks to the power of Senator Susan Collins. Call Senator Collins and ask her to keep delivering for Maine.
The time right now is 6:16. Beautiful afternoon, morning date again tomorrow to get out and do some of that final strawberry picking for the season. Or you can choose to go enjoy the strawberries that have already been picked at the South Berwick Strawberry Festival, celebrating its 50th year this year. That's where we find our Jacob Murphy this morning. Jacob, good morning. A fun day ahead.
Yeah, definitely, Jamie. A lot of fun if you're interested in strawberries. I know a lot of people love to eat strawberries, so this is the place to go if you want to get your fill of local strawberries, or they even have sweet treats too, which I'm hoping I can try later as well. But other than strawberries, there's also a ton of vendors that come here to show off their goods and what they make. So we're actually taking a stop and talk to John Liberty this morning, who has a very unique stall that you might want to come check out. So what are we looking at here?
This is Shoggy the doggy. He is part of our metal petting zoo.
Oh.
And Shoggy is so excited to see the kids stop by to visit. And we actually have 6 breeds of dogs, 3 breeds of kitties. Everything was something else from old farm implements and parts and pieces of yesterday. We have, they can be a little expressive sometimes, so don't let them jump up on you.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're also going to see a lot of other vendors here also. For the 50th anniversary of the Strawberry Festival. I've been doing this for a number of years. We have a very loyal clientele here, but it's a very pleasant atmosphere for everyone. So yes, we have a wonderful assortment of craft vendors here, but we also have a lot of families who very much enjoy attending. In other words, they get their yearly strawberry shortcake. They have their bounce houses out back. There's a lot of vendors out back also, so please don't forget those. But all in all, it's just a very, very enjoyable family day. And now the kids absolutely love our little metal petting zoo, but there's a lot more to see too.
Yeah. And I mean, we can even show you over here too. You have so many other creations as well. Yeah. Now show us what we got over here.
Well, you might see the main spoon cat. She is a hard-working mama, and she works and she provides for her family. She does that a lot. And of course, yes, we have the junkyard cat, and of course, well, you gotta have a litter of kittens, of course. Yeah.
Ideas. Oh my God.
Glory to the Lord, but that's what we do.
Yeah.
You'll also see Tyrannosaurus wrench with a subspecies, of course, of Triceratops, of course. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And you also might see Forky Pig, of course, and every once in a while, Forky Pig, every once in a while he might hop on a bike, and of course now he is protocol.
Oh my God. I know the kids just eat this up. This is awesome.
It's no mistake, I have everything kid height. There's nothing sharp. They can't hurt themselves. Let them be kids. And it's an all-around wonderful experience for families.
Well, John, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it. Happy to be a part of this. And if you guys are interested in coming on down to the South Berwick Strawberry Festival, they've got that fun run and walk happening at 8 a.m. this morning, and the festival starts at 9. Live in South Berwick, I'm Jacob Murphy for Maine's Total Coverage.
All right, Jacob. Thank you. Thank you to John and Shoggy, the doggy, and all those pets out there too. Certainly plenty to explore and enjoy out there at the Strawberry Festival. Thank you so much. For golf at the opening round of the Drive 4 Kids Celebrity Golf Tournament at the Falmouth Country Club today. A lot of the fans followed Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard around the course. On the 9th hole, he has the nice putt from the fringe that goes within a few feet of the hole, and he followed that up by another nice putt, which got some applause from the crowd there. Former Red Sox and Sea Dog pitcher Clay Buchholz returned to the tournament for a 4th straight year and makes the putt. Former NHL player TJ Oshie had one of the best putts of the day. He sinks the long birdie as he is tied in 2nd place. A couple of groups later, Pro Football Hall of Famer Jerome Bettis is there with the birdie putt. He is tied for 8th place. On the same hole, former Patriot Doug Flutie with the great save from the cart path to land right on the green. The tournament uses a point system to decide the winner. 2-time defending champ Marty Fish has a 4-point lead over former LPGA pro Blair O'Neal and TJ Oshie. And 3 former NFL players round out the top 8. All the celebrities involved are impressed with the state of Maine.
The fan interaction is really cool. You guys have a lot of sports fans up here, so that's really cool. The weather can't get much better than this. It's like 75 and barely windy. Sun shining, not a cloud, barely in the sky, so it's great up here. Love it.
It's fun. It's a great course, beautiful area. The people are awesome. I love it here, man. I'm glad that I'm back again.
To come out here for the Barbara Bush Children's and the Dempsey Foundation, it's always special. The people of Maine are great, and we had a great day for golf.
The tournament wraps up on Sunday.
Maine's rural hospitals are struggling, but Senator Susan Collins came to the rescue, delivering critical federal funding for upgraded facilities and life-saving diagnostic equipment. Susan Collins does her job, and our hospitals benefited. Call and thank her for delivering for Maine.
Our leaders need to work across the aisle to get things done, and Senator Susan Collins does just that. She put Maine before party when she voted to protect the health coverage that thousands of Mainers depend on. Senator Collins stood up to her own party, voting to protect Congress's power to authorize extended military conflicts. Call and thank Senator Collins for having the courage to do what's right, and ask her to keep delivering bipartisan solutions for Maine.
This summer season is a busy one for groups like the Portland Wheelers. That's a nonprofit for accessible outdoor biking. Today, I'm introducing you to one of their many dedicated volunteers who is this week's community champion.
Through the quiet streets of Cape Elizabeth and other southern Maine communities, the Portland Wheelers sharing the joy of a bicycle ride with those who can't easily hop on a bike themselves.
When was the last time you rode a bicycle?
Don't ask. I'm 70, so it was a good 30 years ago.
Volunteers like Rosie and Esselini ride a
Bugago dumplings.
It's just amazing to see it and amazing to be able to participate on that.
It's the first time he's tried that kind. I didn't realize I got that.
Safety first, right? Together, these duos ride for 30 to 45 minutes. It's time well spent.
They smell
for Rosie Ann.
Because I'm doing something good, but I'm getting so much more back. I get to meet new people. I get to see new places that I have never been to because they're everywhere. And I get to exercise. I get to be outside.
She first got involved 2 years ago after seeing the Wheelers roll by.
It just looked so amazing. You saw the happiness on the people that were riding and the passengers. It was just like out of this world.
She knew right away this was a group she wanted to be a part of, for the friendships and for the freedom she can help provide.
Yeah, it was really fun. It's a beautiful day, so it was nice.
Rosian is one of many volunteers who make this mission possible, with 4 site visits a day and several hours spent at each one.
As long as God is letting me, I want to do this for many, many, many years to come. I don't want to stop.
Reporting in Cape Elizabeth, I'm Jamie Ashulay, Maine's Total Covered.
In Waterville, police arrested a man who they say kidnapped a 4-year-old. Police say they searched for the child at their home in Fairfield around 2 in the morning. New information eventually led them to a house in Waterville where the child was located and brought to a local hospital as a precaution. Officials say 37-year-old Brandon Fair is responsible for that kidnapping. They say he doesn't have a connection to the child, but does have a relationship to one of the people living at the child's home in Fairfield. He's being held at the Somerset County Jail with bail set at $500,000. Thank you. An 18-year-old who fell into the Androscoggin River on Friday night has now been found dead by divers from the Maine Warden Service. Officials say 18-year-old Silo Irunga was fishing with friends near the Gulf Island Dam in Lewiston when he slipped on a rock just before 7:30 p.m. He was swept away by the currents and went underwater. The Maine Warden Service reported that his body was found around 4:30 this evening.
It's warm out there right now. Temperatures around 61 degrees, not bad with some sunshine. It's going to be a really nice day today. Our 12-hour forecast. Temperatures in the mid-70s this morning, and we're up to about 75. It cools down a little bit at the coastline. Portland, Kennebunk, areas at the beaches because of the sea breeze, but that's a different story inland, where you're looking at temperatures around 85 in Waterville, 86 Augusta, and Wyndham, 89. You're 90 degrees in western Maine into the Lakes region, and 85 Sanford, even Kittery in at 83 degrees. When we look at our 8-day forecast, the heat really turns up, not just for inland areas, but for everybody starting tomorrow, and really it gets into play on Wednesday. You see 3 back-to-back impact days because of an extreme heat watch that's in place there, and there is a chance anytime you have heat and humidity for a pop-up thunderstorm, but there's not any widespread rain for those 3 days. Now on the 4th of July, there will be a cold front, and that could bring in showers and thunderstorms, so that's why we have that 4th in a row impact weather day. Let's get into it a little bit more. For today, again, lots of sunshine across the area. Tomorrow we'll have sunny skies in the morning, but a little bit more cloud cover by the afternoon. Now, Tuesday night into the overnight into Wednesday, we're looking at showers and maybe even some thunderstorms that could linger right into about 7 a.m. But you can see by the time we're really kind of into our day on Wednesday, there's no real rain. That's why you don't see the rain on the 8-day forecast. It's really overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday. But tomorrow, 91 in Freiburg, 88 in Lewiston. We're starting to feel the humidity go up too. The extreme heat watch for much of the East Coast, but here in Maine, from mid-coast areas through Lewiston to Augusta, through the Oxford Hills, the Lakes region, York and Cumberland County, Seacoast, New Hampshire, high heat, high humidity combined will make it feel like 105 to possibly 110, which is dangerously hot. So highs Wednesday, 90 in Portland and in Wisconsin, 95 in Kittery and Sanford, 92 in Wyndham, and you're going to see that heat and humidity on Wednesday. When I look at the impacts here, you can see the starts on the heat index in the mid-80s, but as we get toward the afternoon, look at this, the heat index about 2 p.m. is going to be about 107 in Kennebunk, 104. That's what it will feel like with that heat and humidity. Again, 96 on Thursday. Stray storm possibly on Friday in the mid-90s, and it stays muggy on Saturday. But any plans need to be watched on Saturday for the 4th because there will be a threat for showers and thunderstorms. For right now, it looks like the afternoon when the cold front passes, and then we'll see some relief for the humidity and the heat on Sunday. But you can see even at the coastline, potential heat wave, which is 90 degrees or higher for 3 consecutive days, looking possible.
I served 2 tours in the Middle East, 21 years in the Air Force.
I served in the field artillery unit.
The Maine National Guard. I respect Graham Plattner's service, but he doesn't respect ours.
Plattner falsely accused a military hero of war crimes.
He said a Purple Heart recipient didn't deserve to live after being shot, trying to save his own troops.
And Plattner blames his Nazi tattoo on military culture? That's insulting. Graham Plattner's a fraud. He's unfit to represent Maine.
Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
ShipStation's intelligent platform lets you handle returns and exchanges more effectively. ShipStation keeps you in control and keeps your customers coming back with every smooth return. Get started with ShipStation, where shipping and returns get solved. Start your free trial at shipstation.com.
In Scarborough, a woman was found dead in the water near Pleasant Hill driving range after she was reported missing earlier. 47-year-old Betty Riley of Westbrook was last seen walking along the water's edge at the range on Sunday afternoon when she disappeared. Dive teams responded to the
products, from motors and belts to switches and
of water. She was pronounced dead on scene. Police say they're coordinating with the medical examiner's office to determine her cause of death. Well, it's been nearly a year since the murder of 48-year-old Sunshine Stewart. Stewart went paddleboarding on Crawford Pond last July and never returned. Her body was found the next day on a 100-acre island. Then 17-year-old Devin Young has been charged with her murder. Back in April, a judge ruling that Young is fit to stand trial. Today, Sonny's friends and family gathered in Augusta for a memorial
to the
joining
water's
others
edge.
who have lost loved ones to murder.
I didn't
Renata
do
Schmidt
it,
leads us up.
but I saw who did. Don't go down to the water's edge.
Days before the anniversary of Sunshine
They did it
Stewart's
once
murder,
and
her
they
family
can
and
do
friends
it
gathered in
again.
Augusta to honor her memory, along with others.
It's a
affected by
band.
homicide.
7 Mary
The
3.
main chapter of Parents
Water's
of Murdered
Edge.
Children, unveiling 18
Don't go
new names
down
inscribed in
to
the
the
main
water's
Murder Victims
edge.
Monument.
We really
I didn't do it,
people that have
but
gone
I
through
saw who
similar
did.
experiences, horrific experiences that our families
Wasted
have, to know
and
that there's people
bloated and
like us out
waiting
there
for someone.
that understand the different kind of grief that homicide brings. Court dates, newspaper articles, it all brings that grief back freshly.
Other names at this rededication include Laverne Kelly, Ty Carter, and Robert Brousseau.
Our children get butt raped freshly, daily. Do your marches. I know it's like somebody gets a cough. Let's do a march. Well, not for those people. They're mongrels. They cough because they don't take care of themselves. We shouldn't be coughing over here, though. Fuck out of here. Really hope they help these kids and hostages in Augusta, Maine soon. Don't go down to the water's edge. They did it once and they can do it again. Oh. Give me. Hey, good morning.
I got an open mind, like a golden child. You try to go for points, I try to go for style. I do my city pride, I try to keep it wild. Ichiban, wicked one, Okinawa loud. I drink Guinnesses and go to dinner with my nemesis. Have a couple laughs while they plot how to finish this. Interested on how to get up on a wizard list. Senseless, you sense I'm the sensei apprentices. I'm the salt up in the cut. Who you trying to play but us? Like a DJ turning stuff. Who you trying to fool? We all know that shit's unplugged. Yeah.
Good morning.
Harry fucking Henderson, catch me in the mood. I ain't too cool for wrecking shit. Stoners on the loops, call that shit a hippie flip. We just getting going. Yeah, this shit's just my starter kit.
I'm on a good one, real fucking good one.
I'm feeling brand new.
Yeah, I'm talking Rita.
You're talking about me, talking about the real one. I'm out with Jenny, tossing rocks at the building. Holly Stone, all that shit. So black, call me pilot. MCs get a tourniquet. Body bag that murder Vic. This evidence is evident. We stampede in elephants. We crash shot on King Bed. Y'all bitches off like little
Don't want to stop. It's like a sea monster. Waka! Waka waka!
My dick went limp like some loppy toppy, but a body stopped me and I'm tired of talking. You want an accent? Here's Said you want a ring and you think that I'll drop me just for some pussy little bust out of box spring. All of the times that you tried to off me, the tables have turned and now the music is off me. You wanna be back so you keep kissing me softly. I'd rather jack off than a sock with some hot tea. I'm over and out, I like a walkity donkey. I'm leaving now, bitch. Try to stop me.
Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again.
Gotta love James Taylor. Taciturnity comes from the mid-15th century Middle English taciturnite, which stems directly from the Latin taciturnatum, the quality of keeping silent. Taciturnatatum. Latin root derived from the verb tacere, meaning to be silent or to not speak. Describes someone who is habitually disposed to be quiet, reserved, or uncommunicative. Modern English added ity, ity, added to the Latin base. This suffix transforms the adjective into a noun, meaning the state or quality of being reserved. Taciturnity. So everybody slow down.
is third-hand smoke? It's what gets left behind from smoking and vaping. Harmful chemicals that stick to
Oh no, you think that you know me, you don't know shit about me, homie. I'm on a cliff hanging over, I'm so Sylvester Stallone. I got a problem with people drinking and smoking, inviting me over. To me that shit's just provoking. Oh yeah, I'm on a good one, I won't come back. Roll around in my stomping ground, eyes closed, yeah, heads bobbing. I care not about no problem, yeah. You don't know nothing about me, you don't know nothing. You don't know shit about me, homie, I'll tell you something.